wrapped in a fan.
It's Madden NFL 23, and we'll see Deontay Johnson. He's coming off a game where he cleared the century mark with ease, over 150 yards. It's the Steelers and the Cardinals, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of Bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Arizona Cardinals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0. Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, they come off a good win in the opener on the road, and they get a second road game here.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't really do them any favors, but if they can win here and get to 2-0 on the road, they could be well set up for the rest of the year.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
I think the hope was to let him sit and learn for a bit, but he was thrown right into the fire in week 1. Now we'll see what kind of lessons he's learned as he prepares for his second start in the NFL.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he fires one that's intercepted. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fields it right around the goal line. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. A throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Steelers at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener, and now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Throw left side, complete. That's Harris. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first. A nice throw right there. And Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Burke?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, and then he curls back inside for the completion.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Again, it's Harris on second down. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
And the flashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game, and I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
On play action, they'll throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It's Zaven Collins who got in there to get the sack. But just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, and this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker, because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. Touchdown! Deontay Johnson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Cardinals making their way out, and it's the #1 overall pick in 2019, Kyler Murray at the helm.
And when you have a guy like Kyler Murray under center, it not only opens up your playbook, it allows you to draw up even more plays because he's among the best dual-threat quarterbacks in the league and a true playmaker. If flushed out of the pocket, he might even be more dangerous. The next step for him, being able to throw on rhythm and deliver from the pocket.
First down, Murray. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be second down. Throwing now is Murray. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Pass interference. Defense.
So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. First carry for James Conner. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Murray. This will be caught by Brown.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that. I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. Oh, he bowls over him.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
11 yards there, just like last play. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
They stay on the ground. Here's Conner again. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Murray. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, get man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. He's got it.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal.
Conner.
No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. scrimmage, back at the 6. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Shotgun now from Murray. Dancing to his left. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
So instead of forcing the field goal, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean, plays happen, let it go. It's over. Instead, he creates a penalty.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Connor, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. James Conner with career touchdown number 60. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Patterson now for the extra point.
It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark.
Patterson back out there to send this one away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here comes the Pittsburgh Steelers and running back Najee Harris.
Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's...
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body.
And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. Murray a give. This is Conner. Brought down at the 20. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Murray flips us forward on a jet sweep.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
On the slant, DeAndre Hopkins. And the Cardinals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Conner. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Conner. They stopped short. Down at the 1. Had the great move, but couldn't get it all the way home. They'll try to run it. This is Conner. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. James Conner His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cards have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So he's had a nose for the end zone here in the early part of this season. 2 touchdowns for him now in this one to go along with the one he had in the opener as well.
Yeah, he certainly finds where the goal line is and finds a way to get across it. But you know who else senses it? The guys that block for him. Because he has that instinct, I think they hold their blocks just a little bit longer.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And it's now 21-7. That time a 6-play drive.
And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. Taking it about the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. He'll look to throw. It's brought in by Harris. Short completion, just 4 yards. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt.
Now Brown.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And the Cards will take over 1st and 10.
So here are the Cardinals to take over. They're in the driver's seat right now, and they were winners last week over the Seattle Seahawks, so trying to keep that momentum moving in the positive direction. And they'll run the option to start the drive.
Murray fighting, lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
He was having success there holding on to it on the option, but ultimately problems downfield, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and this is a tough one because you know you'd prefer to have your quarterback either heading to the sidelines or getting down at the end of the play. But you've got an aggressive one. He's fighting for extra yardage, and he gets stripped there. You don't need him to be a hero in that situation. You want your quarterback taking care of himself.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. Here's 2nd and 8.
They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 19 yards that time for number 19.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
They'll try the right side with Harris. To the 36-yard line, stop there.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now back to throw. And this is incomplete. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. And incomplete on a deep ball.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Boswell's kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think Coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Murray now to throw. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
Miles Jack working free that time to take him down. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And if you're wondering just how quickly that sack occurred, the next-gen stats tell us 2.6 seconds is all he had to throw the football.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Here's the 2nd and 7. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain there of 21 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here for the holding penalty. They're going to look to throw.
That's swung out wide to Harris. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Second and 15.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Cards are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
They start with a give to Connor. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. To throw is Murray. And that is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. this might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on 4th down.
And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Setting up the screen, Harris.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
On is Presley Harvin now as he'll send this one away.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. With it is Brown. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Murray now on 1st down. That pass complete to Moore.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. To throw again on 2nd down.
Murray, he's going to look deep for Moore.
And that will be in.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So that challenge, a successful one.
Murray going to throw. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Now Murray says hang on here. He'll step back and call a timeout
as he'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
On 2nd and goal, Murray.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And Hopkins has got it. Touchdown, Arizona.
A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Cardinals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it's finished off by the touchdown from DeAndre Hopkins. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Completes this one to Pickens. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, and it's the Browns who have the lead in the second quarter. Amari Cooper, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And at the moment, that game is tied with the visiting New York Jets. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Tennessee Titans. A touchdown run for Gus Edwards. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cardinals. And there were a few factors as to why they built this good-size advantage, but the rushing numbers were not all that amazing. We'll see if they can pick it up in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Cardinals ready to go here to start the third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
T.J. Watt, the All-Pro, in there to take him down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking the lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still third down.
After the delay, they're backed up even further and long. Throwing now is Murray. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And here's Hofrichter now, the punter, as he sends this one away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Intended for Deontay Johnson. Brings up 2nd and 10.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He gets this one to Johnson.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.